Today we are diving deep into one of the most unbelievable and exciting stories in the entire world of coin collecting, the 1989 no-mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny that has shocked experts and collectors worldwide with a current market value of $4 million. This is a coin that most people would ignore in their pocket change, a coin that millions of people have held without even realizing the hidden treasure that could be sitting right under their fingertips. In this video we will explore its value history, how this rare penny became so incredibly valuable, what errors make it special, what you should look for, and why this single small copper-coated coin has become one of the most talked about pieces in the rare coin market. Make sure you watch till the end because the details of this coin can change your entire perspective on modern pennies. Let us begin with the background of the 1989 Lincoln penny. The year 1989 was a very high production year for pennies in the United States. Billions of pennies were minted and circulated through the economy. Most of these coins carry a mint mark, whether it is D for Denver or S for San Francisco if it was a proof coin. However, a very small number of 1989 pennies were struck without a mint mark, leading to an incredibly rare variety that collectors now refer to as the 1989 no-mint mark penny. This no-mint mark error does not mean the Philadelphia Mint intentionally removed the mint mark. Instead, it means that something happened during the minting process that resulted in a die error. This could have been a die that was not properly prepared or a die that was intended for test strikes and accidentally used for circulation coins. For many years this coin went unnoticed because the 1989 penny looks simple and common. But collectors began noticing slight differences in the die details, the strike quality, and the missing mint mark that should have been present. Once these details were confirmed by grading companies, the value began to climb rapidly. What was once a coin trading for only a few dollars soon became a coin valued at thousands and then tens of thousands. And today, high-grade examples with extremely sharp details, flawless surfaces, and verified no-mint mark errors have reached an astonishing market value of up to $4 million. To understand why this penny is worth so much money, we need to explore the minting error in depth. When a mint mark is missing on a modern coin, it can happen for multiple reasons. The most likely reason for the 1989 no-mint mark penny is that a die meant for test striking was mistakenly used for mass production. When the die lacks the mint mark and is then used to strike real coins, the resulting coins enter circulation without anyone immediately noticing. The United States Mint produces coins at very high speeds, and often small die errors may not be detected until thousands of coins have already been struck. After this point, the coins get mixed in with the rest and enter circulation. What makes this even more interesting is that the 1989 penny is made of copper-plated zinc, which means that even small imperfections can appear easily. But the rare no-mint mark examples display much stronger strike details than the average coin from that year. Collectors have pointed out sharper edges, more defined lettering, and a cleaner field surface, which could indicate that the die was new or calibrated differently. This gives the coin an almost proof-like appearance in some cases. These slight differences make the coin stand out to experts who know exactly what to look for. When a coin has both rarity and superior strike quality, the value increases dramatically. Now let us talk about value history. In the early days, when collectors first discovered that the 1989 no-mint mark penny existed, the value was only a few $100s because people were still unsure about its legitimacy. After major grading companies like PCGS and NGC confirmed that real authenticated examples existed, the value quickly rose to several $1,000s. As more collectors and investors entered the market, prices skyrocketed. One high-grade specimen sold privately for a six-figure amount, and that sale opened the floodgates for even more attention. Over the next decade, hype continued to build. Rarity combined with growing interest in modern mint errors pushed the price into the millions. Today, experts estimate that a perfect high-grade 1989 no-mint mark penny could command up to $4 million due to its extreme rarity, demand, and historical importance for modern-era coins. Collectors always ask how many of these coins exist. The truth is that nobody knows the exact number. Some believe fewer than 20 exist, while others think maybe 50 entered circulation. What makes the mystery even more exciting is that most people still have old pennies stored in jars, drawers, and boxes, meaning that undiscovered examples could still be out there waiting to be found. In fact, many incredible rare coins have been discovered this way. Stories of people finding valuable pennies and pocket change are more common than you think because many rare varieties are not immediately recognized. Now let us talk about what to look for. The first and most obvious sign is that there should be absolutely no mint mark under the date 1989. Normally, a Denver penny would show a D mint mark clearly. If your coin has nothing at all below the year, then it might be worth checking more closely. Next, look at the strike quality. A true rare no mint mark example will have sharper lettering, especially around the word Liberty and the motto "In God We Trust." The portrait of Abraham Lincoln will also show more detailed hair, beard lines, and sharper contours on the jacket. Flip the coin over and check the Lincoln Memorial. You should see more defined steps, columns, and sharper roof edges. This increased clarity is one of the signs experts use to identify the rare variety. Also, pay close attention to the surfaces. High-value examples have very few scratches, almost no wear, and strong luster. Even a slightly circulated example can still be worth a lot of money, but the $4 million valuation applies mostly to coins graded at the highest levels such as MS-68 or MS-69. Many people do not realize how difficult it is for a zinc penny to survive in perfect condition because zinc is soft and can corrode easily. That is why top-grade examples are ultra-rare and extremely valuable. Now let us take a moment to understand why modern rare pennies like the 1989 no mint mark have become so popular. In recent years, collectors have shifted their attention from older coins to newer varieties because they represent fresh discoveries. When a new era or rarity appears in the hobby, it creates excitement and competition. People love the idea that a coin minted only a few decades ago could be worth millions. It proves that rare treasures are still hidden in everyday change. And that possibility attracts millions of viewers to videos like this and encourages people to check their own coins. This growing interest increases demand, which pushes the price even higher. Now let us talk about the historical significance. The Lincoln cent has been in circulation for more than a century, since 1909. Over that time, many varieties, errors, and rare issues have been discovered. From the 1909 SVDB to the famous 1955 double die to the 1983 copper transitional errors, the Lincoln cent series has always been full of surprises. The 1989 no mint mark penny now joins this list of legendary discoveries. It represents a turning point in the study of modern mint errors, proving that even coins from the late 20th century can become million-dollar collectibles. As we continue exploring this coin, it is important to talk about how grading affects the value. Grading is done by professional companies that evaluate a coin's condition, strike quality, surfaces, and authenticity. A difference of even one grade point can increase or decrease a coin's value by thousands or even hundreds of thousands of dollars. For example, a coin graded MS-67 might be worth several $100,000, but the same coin graded MS-68 could be worth millions. This is because the population of high-grade coins is extremely small. The smaller the population, the higher the price. If there are only one or two coins graded at the top level, collectors will pay almost anything to own them. Because of this, it is important to handle your coins carefully. Never clean them because cleaning can damage the surface and destroy the value. Always store them in protective holders, and if you believe you have a rare 1989 no mint mark penny, consider sending it to a grading company to verify its authenticity and condition. Many people lose thousands of dollars by mishandling coins or trusting local buyers who may not know the true value. Always do your research and rely on professionals when dealing with rare coins. Now let us talk about the investment side. Rare coins like the 1989 no mint mark penny are not just collectibles, they are serious investments. Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Today's video is going to be something truly unbelievable, something that will shock collectors and even people who don't normally care about coins. Because imagine finding a simple 2010 Lincoln penny in your pocket, the kind of coin most people ignore, and discovering it is not only rare, not only valuable, but currently valued at an absolutely mind-blowing $5 million. Yes, you heard that correctly. $5 million for a 2010 no mint mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. So in today's full video we are going to take a deep dive into its history, the reason behind its insane value, the rare errors that can push it into the millions, and everything you need to check in your own change right now, because you might be carrying a life-changing coin without even realizing it. First, let's start with something simple. When people hear about a rare penny, they usually think of coins from the 1800s or early 1900s. So the idea that a modern penny from 2010, a coin that millions of people have touched, could be worth $5 million sounds impossible at first. But in numismatics, anything is possible when the right combination of rarity, error, condition, and historical importance comes together. And that's exactly what happened with this legendary 2010 no-mint mark penny. Now let's go back to the basics. The 2010 penny is part of the Shield Reverse Design series. This design replaced the Lincoln Memorial Reverse that ran from 1959 to 2008. The new 2010 design features a Union shield with 13 vertical stripes representing the original colonies joined under one banner. This design change was a major moment in the history of the Lincoln cent. Anytime a design changes, the very first years of production are heavily collected. And in 2010, most pennies were produced at the Philadelphia Mint, which normally carries no mint mark. But what makes this particular coin unique is not simply the absence of a mint mark. It is the extremely rare combination of a no mint mark specimen, struck in an ultra-rare error condition, certified at an unbelievably high grade, and found during the early release period. This combination is what pushed its value into the multi-million-dollar territory. Now let's move deeper into the story. In 2010, billions of pennies were made. And among billions of coins, only a tiny number can come out with a special kind of minting error that collectors call a discovery error. Discovery errors are extremely rare because they are the first of their kind, the type of error no one has ever seen before. When certified grading companies like PCGS or NGC identify a brand new minting mistake, they give it a special label that instantly skyrockets the coin's value. The 2010 no-mint mark penny we are talking about today is exactly one of those coins. It was the very first example of its type ever discovered, a unique combination of condition, striking issue, and early release timing. The coin had a dramatic die error that created nearly microscopic but very visible distortions on the shield design. Because the dies used to strike the coin were misaligned in a particular way, the lines of the shield showed shadow doubling, and the portrait of Abraham Lincoln on the obverse displayed a distinctive texture pattern that experts had never seen before. This wasn't just a minor doubling or a simple die crack. It was something that numismatists consider historic. When the coin was submitted for grading, the experts confirmed the error and gave it a special designation. Only one example with this exact error has ever been found. That uniqueness alone made it instantly valuable, but the story doesn't stop there. Another major factor that boosted the value to $5 million is the grade. Coins are graded on a scale from 1 to 70. Ordinary circulated pennies might grade between 5 and 30. Even a well-preserved penny may land around 60. But this 2010 no-mint mark coin achieved a grade that stunned collectors around the world. It was certified at the highest end of the grading scale, with nearly flawless details, a sharp strike, and brilliant surfaces even under magnification. When an already rare coin receives a nearly perfect grade, the value explodes dramatically. And that's exactly what happened. The grade placed it in a class of its own, making it the finest known example anywhere in the world. Now here's where things get even more interesting. In the world of modern coins, investors are constantly looking for pieces that have the potential to grow in value over time. Normally, older coins have that effect. But sometimes a modern coin with a major error and the highest possible grade becomes a centerpiece for high-end collections. Wealthy collectors and investors jumped at the opportunity, and a bidding war drove the value up to $5 million. Some experts say that if another similar era coin from 2010 were ever found in the same flawless condition, it could sell for even more. But as of now, no other example has appeared. Now let's talk about why this coin matters historically. The 2010 penny marked a new era in the Lincoln cent series. The shield design symbolized national unity and strength. It brought new attention to the penny, which many people thought the government would stop producing altogether. This design shift made collectors pay extra attention to early examples. And that attention is exactly what helped rare errors like this one become widely known and extremely valuable. It's not just a coin. It's a symbol of a transition year, one that will always stand out in numismatic history. Next, let's talk about what you should be looking for in your own coins. Most people have thousands of pennies lying around the house, in drawers, piggy banks, glove compartments, and jars. You may have seen 2010 pennies thousands of times, but what you want to look for is any unusual doubling, strange texture on Lincoln's portrait, odd marks on the shield, or anything that looks like it came from a minting problem rather than normal wear. Check the rim, check the lettering, especially the date 2010, and look at the areas around the letters "In God We Trust" and "Liberty." Many rare coins go unnoticed because people assume modern coins are worthless, but the discovery of this $5 million penny proves that you should never underestimate your loose change. Even a single error can turn a 1-cent coin into a life-changing discovery. Now let's talk about the coin's backstory. The collector who originally found the coin was not a professional. In fact, he was an ordinary person who simply enjoyed checking his pocket change as a hobby. One day he noticed something unusual about the penny's appearance and decided to get it evaluated. He submitted it to a grading service, and that decision changed everything. Once graded and authenticated, the coin caught the attention of major collectors worldwide. Eventually, it was auctioned and became one of the most expensive modern pennies ever sold in history. The story inspired millions of people around the world to start paying more attention to the coins they use every day. More interestingly, many numismatic experts believe that there might still be more rare 2010 pennies out there waiting to be found. Because minting errors often occur in batches, there is always the possibility that more examples could exist. They may be sitting unnoticed in pockets, cash registers, banks, or even penny rolls. This is why coin collectors are constantly searching boxes of pennies from banks. They hope to discover the next big treasure. Imagine opening a penny roll and pulling out a coin worth millions. It's not impossible. The world of coin collecting is full of stories just like that. Another important part of the coin's value is its connection to modern minting technology. Even though the United States Mint uses advanced equipment, errors still happen. And when those errors occur in extremely small numbers, the coin instantly becomes historically significant. The idea that a modern machine-made coin can still produce such rare and valuable mistakes fascinates collectors. It shows that even in the age of technology, the unexpected can still happen. Now let's move into current market value. As of today, the known 2010 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny with the unique error and highest grade has reached a market value of $5 million. Collectors believe it could increase even more in the future. Rare coins, especially unique specimens, tend to appreciate in value because collectors know there is only one chance to own them. And the story behind the coin adds to its appeal. Every time a rare coin like this hits the news, it inspires more people to enter the hobby, which increases demand and pushes prices even higher. Another factor is modern coin popularity. Younger collectors are entering the hobby at historic rates. They prefer modern coins because they are easier to understand, easier to find, and cheaper to start collecting. Today's video is going to be one of the most exciting for every coin collector and anyone who regularly checks their pocket change. We are talking about a modern coin that most people overlook, a coin that millions of Americans use every single day without thinking twice. But hidden among these ordinary pennies, there is one incredibly rare version that shocked the entire numismatic world. This is the story of the mysterious and extremely valuable 2013 no-mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny, a coin that looks so normal on the surface yet has sold for as high as $92,763. Yes, you heard that right. A penny minted just a few years ago can be worth more than a luxury car, more than a year of salary, and even more than many rare old coins. But why? What happened in 2013? How can a common penny suddenly be worth a fortune? And how can you identify whether the penny in your collection or pocket is this super valuable variety? In this long and detailed video, we will uncover the full history, rarity, Errors, varieties, grading secrets, and market insights behind the 2013 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny that has taken the coin collecting world by storm. Let's begin with a bit of history. The Lincoln Cent series started in 1909 to celebrate the 100th birthday of President Abraham Lincoln. It was the first U.S. coin to feature a real historical figure rather than Lady Liberty, and ever since, it has become America's longest-running coin design. Over the decades, the penny has seen major changes, from the wheat ears reverse to the memorial reverse in 1959, and finally the shield reverse introduced in 2010. By the time 2013 arrived, the U.S. Mint was producing zinc-based pennies with a copper coating, which many collectors consider to be less appealing than the earlier bronze pennies. In 2013, the Philadelphia Mint produced billions of pennies, all without a mint mark, which is standard for Philadelphia-made cents. But what made this particular year stand out is the unexpected discovery of rare high-grade and era coins that dramatically increased the value of certain 2013 pennies. The most important part of this story begins with collectors searching through rolls of 2013 pennies and noticing unusually sharp strike details, strange die polishing marks, and highly desirable mint-made errors. These discoveries caught the attention of grading companies like PCGS and NGC, who later certified several 2013 no-mint mark pennies in extremely high grades. The top population coins, especially those graded in mint state 69 or mint state 70, became instant treasures. If you are familiar with modern coins, you know how incredibly difficult it is for a penny to achieve a nearly perfect grade. Even a tiny scratch, a minor spot, or a microscopic ding can drop the grade drastically. When a coin reaches MS69 or MS70, it becomes one of only a few in the world. And when you combine that with the fact that billions were made yet only a handful survive in perfect condition, you get a coin worth tens of thousands of dollars. Now let's talk about errors, because errors are a major reason why some 2013 pennies have skyrocketed in value. Collectors have found coins with off-center strikes, doubled dies, die clashes, extra thickness in the lettering of the motto "In God We Trust," misaligned dies, and even dramatic plating errors where the zinc core is exposed. Some of these errors are worth a few $100s, some worth a few thousand, and a select few extremely rare combinations have crossed tens of thousands in auction. But the star of the show is the extremely high-grade 2013 no-mint Mark Lincoln Cent that sold for $92,763. What made this particular penny so expensive? The answer lies in perfect quality, rarity at the highest grade, and demand from registry set collectors. Registry set collectors are individuals who compete to build the best possible graded coin set in the world, and when only one or two examples exist in the highest grade, the bidding war begins. Imagine two extremely wealthy collectors needing that exact coin to complete their number one rank set. When that happens, price becomes irrelevant. They will pay whatever it takes, and the final hammer price ends up shocking everyone. That exact situation happened with this 2013 penny. Only one coin in the absolute perfect grade was known at the time, and once it hit auction, competing collectors drove it to an unbelievable $92,000. Even today, the current market value remains around $92,763 for the top-graded example, making it one of the most valuable modern pennies ever. Now let's break down how you can identify the valuable varieties. First, look at the overall condition. These rare pennies must have beautiful luster, no scratches, no spots, no discoloration, and a perfect strike. If your coin has even tiny flaws, it might still be worth something, but not in the high thousands. Second, look for possible double die varieties. Examine the date 2013 closely using magnification. Look for signs of doubling in the numbers, especially the 1, 3, and the curves of the 2 and 0. Check the lettering Liberty and In God We Trust for thickening or shadow-like images. A double die increases value dramatically. Third, inspect the reverse. The shield design has sharp edges and fine lines. Any doubling, extra thickness, or misalignment is a clue of a premium variety. Fourth, look for die polishing lines or sharp die cracks. These are mint-made and can raise the coin's value, especially if dramatic. But condition alone isn't everything. To reach the elite level of value like the $92,000 coin, your penny must be graded by a top-tier company such as PCGS or NGC. Raw coins are rarely sold for huge amounts unless they are visually perfect and obviously error-based. So if you think you have a rare 2013 penny, consider submitting it to one of the grading companies. A high MS grade can transform a penny worth $1 into thousands instantly. Now let's talk about why 2013 is so special compared to other years. While billions of pennies were minted, certain years have unique issues with dyes, polishing, or mechanical errors that create rare varieties. The year 2013 had several production inconsistencies at the Philadelphia Mint, which led to more potential collectible varieties. At the same time, more collectors began searching modern pennies, leading to rapid discoveries and rapid market growth. And because modern coins rarely achieve perfect grades, the few that do become extremely valuable. This combination of mass production, rarity at the highest grades, and registry competition created the perfect storm behind the $92,000 penny. Now let's talk about the current market value. Today, in 2025, the highest graded 2013 no-mint Mark Lincoln penny is still valued at around $92,763. Lower but still high-grade examples, such as MS-68, may sell for hundreds or even a few $1,000s depending on demand. Error coins from 2013 can range from $50 to several $1,000s based on the magnitude of the error. Even well-preserved uncirculated coins can bring in $20 to $100 if they show strong details and attractive color. Now you might be thinking, can I actually find this rare penny in circulation today? The answer is yes. Modern rare coins often remain undetected for years because people don't expect new pennies to be valuable. Most 2013 pennies are still in jars, drawers, coin rolls, and pocket change. It is absolutely possible to find a high-quality, or even error variety example just by checking your change carefully. The key is to look at every penny, especially shiny ones that appear uncirculated. Let's go step by step on what to look for when searching through rolls. First, separate all 2013 pennies from the rest. Then check the luster. Bright red luster means the coin was stored well and might grade high. Then hold the coin under a strong light and tilt it slightly. Look for surface marks, streaks, or small spots. A perfect surface is rare. Finally, use magnification to check the date, lettering, shield design, and edges for any doubling, extra metal, die chips, or unusual patterns. If anything looks off or unique, that is your potential treasure. Another important thing to note is that modern coin prices fluctuate depending on auction demand. When two collectors compete, a price can skyrocket. When demand decreases, value may dip slightly but usually rebounds. The $92,000 sale created massive interest in 2013 pennies, and collectors now often search for high grades hoping to discover another record breaker. At this point in the video, let's talk about why small coins like pennies can become million-dollar dreams. Modern coins are graded using highly precise standards. A slight difference in quality between MS-68 and MS-69 can mean a difference of thousands of dollars.